Motion Gate Film.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Who wanna get shot?
I moved around a lot as a kid, man. My mom was heavy on drugs, so like we always like moved around and shit, man, we grew up in a foster home. So I guess you could say I'm from Seattle. Had a little bit of living in LA, out in Cali, and then came back. You know what I'm saying? And stayed with my aunt. I was like most of my kid years. I've always been a kid that grew up and didn't never have none of the shit that I've worked hard to get. I mean, you know, for me, it was always about making the next person feel like they're welcome to have these things too. I mean, I'm no better than anybody. I mean, I came from like, I'm talking like the bottom. So I mean, like, you know, when I see like one of my partners or a young lady might come and, you know, come and ask me for a couple hours of food, or somebody might over here might feel like, you know, he's riding nice, he's clean, I'm not approachable. But I mean, none of this stuff really, at the end of the day, really matters to me. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, man, it's all about building. I mean, I think success is determined off of how many people you help succeed versus how much money's in your account. Success is never weighed about how many materials things you have, or, you know, things that you have of that nature. I mean, because at the end of the day, if everyone around you starving and you eat Benihanas, that's not success. At the end of the day, success is weighed on how many people can sit at the round table at Benihanas with you and eat with the same thing you eat. That's how I determine my success. So I like to put individuals in a position to where they don't feel threatened by me. We all can go set and we all can pull our black cards out and go get something to eat. Not me having to sit back like, yo, everybody in the room don't got it but me, so I gotta watch my surroundings. Those be the cats that get got, you know what I mean? So it's always gonna be, for me, a thing of me, it's putting everybody in a position. And that's what determines success. It's not about, you know, the cars, the money, the girls. That's not success in my eyes, because I've already had that. So that doesn't mean anything to me.
Louis V as an artist, I feel like he's just super creative. Like it's very few people that I've seen that gets into the studio and can just come up with the way that he comes up with his music. Like, and not to take away anything from any other artists, because I've been around a lot of artists, but I just think Louis V has a gift, and I tell him that all the time, that he just has something that really, the way he zones in when he's creating music, is like it's one of a kind.
I have been down in Vegas this summer, man. I was out in Vegas at the Magic show at the Take Care of Some Biz out there, and I just released like a slight EP, and so I was like, I got to get back in the lab, and I had ran into the big homie DJ Drama down there, man, and he was at the Flat 50 booth with DJ Who Kid, and we had chopped it up, and I had been wanting to get like a better understanding of, you know, the DJ spectrum of the game, and so me and Drama chopped it up for a couple weeks, and then I think that, you know, I wasn't in the position, you know, at that particular time to work that thing out with Drama because of certain situations that had taken place with my family. So I kind of was just like, man, I got to get back to the booth, you know, figure out what I got to do. So I flew back to Seattle, got my mind right, and I had also, when I was in Vegas, I ran into a couple of people, and my boy Mustard happened to be one of them. But we had already previously talked. Mustard was on tour with the homie YG. They had already been previously, you know, trying to hook up with me. I was like, man, you know, I'm just not ready right now. I'm not ready. I'm not in a position right now, because I was trying to understand my music better. So I had reached out to Mustard, like, hey man, you know, I want to work with you, bro. I see what you're doing. And for me, I think it's all about stepping stones. Like, I could have went to Drama. I could have did the Drama tape, but I wasn't mentally ready for that yet. So I had a better understanding with Mustard when we had discussed.
When I heard that he was doing the tape with Mustard, in my eyes, I thought he was going to take an approach like he did, delivering that Mustard sound as far as that club shit and that, you know, that turn up music or whatever it may be, you know, that real Mustard sound. But he actually, he went with a different approach to jump outside the, you know, Mustard's usual realm.
The picture getting bigger, yeah, the view's great. I went from public housing to flipping real estate. Continental service, I ain't talking dinner dates. What you know about flying over interstates? Where the lucky ain't so lucky and they don't make it. Used to see a lot of smiles, now it's changed faces. Praying on my downfall, hoping I don't make it. Trying to dodge all these bullets like I'm in the Matrix. Motivated from the greats, I can't think basic. It's my time, let me shine while you niggas hate it. We're from riding in the buckets, down the coupe spaces. Been a witness to the violence, never catching cases. I seen it all transpire like a litigation. Working a 9 to 5 was my occupation. Steady playing with these numbers like a calculator. They talking highs and buys, don't plan to see me later. I know they see me now, on the elevator. Taking seats, shaking hands with these athletes. Talking cheap, remember that before you speak. Just see my auntie in the casket last week.
For me, it's always fashion. I probably won't even like answer my cell phone. I'm always looking for like my outfit for that show. I like to, I mean, one thing about me is, man, I don't like wearing the same thing twice, or like I don't like giving nobody, you know, any up leverage on, you know, how I'm gonna show up. I like to show up and show out, you know what I mean? I'm a showstopper, so I think for me, it's the funnest part about doing these shows is like getting dressed, you know what I'm saying? And really, you know, being comfortable on stage, just to give the fans that presence, you know, like, hey man, I'm here, I'm ready to rock and roll. I feel like your ensemble and your way you carry yourself also gives, you know, your fans and people who look back at you, it reflects your positivity, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, if I came to a show with, you know, dirt on my face and hadn't showered in 2 weeks, people get the perception that, you know, is this guy okay? But, you know, once I do come, you know, a little more fresh, you know, a little more, you know, on point, I feel like I'm mentally there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I get my mentals right. You know, I'm not one who, like my partners, they might go out, you know, they might blow a L for a show, or they might, you know, go get drunk for a show. I like to be fresh and in my state of mind, man, just real clean, real on point, and ready to roll.
Because I think for the first time in his career, it wasn't about, you know, the whole flexing, ego, you know, stunting type vibe. I think this one he broke it down more into his roots, you know what I mean? And he's letting people know, you know that these little materialistic things that I have nowadays, you dig, this wasn't always the case. You understand what I'm saying? And I think he tapped into who he really is, where he comes from, you know, and his story, his background. And I think with the fans really getting a chance to understand that, their respect for him is going to change, you know what I mean? And I think the respect is undeniable, because when people come humble, when people come real, and when people let you in like that, I think it can't be nothing but respect, you know, in my opinion.
I feel like Project 84 is definitely going to change the sound of the Northwest as far as what people are used to. I think he's bringing something different.
Project 84 is the kid that was born in 1984, grew up and took it from his mom, took it to the CPS and to the state, grew up with his auntie, ended up going to California. Cousin Gary got killed, had to come back to Washington. Grew up getting picked on by everybody because I was the smallest kid in the class. But I always use my head versus my emotion. You gotta use logic over emotion. That's Project 84. You're Project 84. Everyone's Project 84. You know, Project 84 is that kid that was 15, 13 years old, selling candy for Perry up there in Bellevue, selling the most candy a day. Because I knew what I didn't want to go back to. So I got up in the morning, 6 in the morning after the studio, walked my eyes out, fed my kids, and went to the barber shop and cut 30 heads. That's Project 84. Project 84 is the kid that, you know, nobody in his family ever got a degree and went to college and got a degree. That's Project 84.